My name is Misaki, and I'm an office worker at a certain company. I spend my days off with my fiancé, Daiki.
We're going to be married soon.
Yes, we'll be partners for life.
Which means we can only be lovers for a little while longer.
That's right, but technically, we're still engaged.
Oh yeah, so we'll never be able to be lovers again.
It sounds a bit sad when you put it that way.
Yeah, don't you think we should do something special for our last moments as lovers? I can't believe I missed the chance.
Missed the chance, but didn't we have the best ending as lovers?
Oh, you're right. In a way, it was the best ending. Geez, I worried for nothing.
Hee hee, so let's make sure we have the best ending as fiancés too.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's definitely going to be great.
Daiki and I are planning our wedding and marriage registration in 5 months. A few days later, we went to visit my brother and his wife.
Well, sis, do you guys always have such cheesy conversations?
Tomoya, don't tease them. It's a lovely story.
Yes, I think it was a very nice story.
Well, it might seem that way to you too.
This is so embarrassing. Daiki, why did you have to tell that story?
I don't know. I just felt like showing off our happiness.
Come on, Daiki, are you saying that wasn't enough?
Oh man, now I'm starting to feel embarrassed too.
Tomoya, stop it.
Anzu and Rio are older than Tomoya and me, but they are so charming that you wouldn't notice. Actually, Rio is my coworker, and we are close friends at the company. As we chatted happily.
By the way, how's your mom doing lately? Has she been pestering you?
Well, haha.
She's causing trouble behind the scenes. No matter how many times I tell her, she doesn't listen.
Ek, seriously, our mom is something else.
Misaki, Daiki, I'm sorry.
No, Ryo. It's not something you need to apologize for.
That's right, sister-in-law, it's not your fault.
The mother Anzu and Rio mentioned is a troublesome person. She wanted to have the elite Daiki marry Rio. She and I haven't gotten along since Tomoya and Anzu's wedding introduction.
Let me introduce you, this is my sister, Misaki. It would be great if you could get along.
Nice to meet you, I'm Misaki, Tomoya's sister.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ryo, Anzu's sister. Thank you for taking care of her.
Wow, you're so beautiful. I look forward to getting to know you.
Look, if she's considered beautiful, then every woman in the world must be beautiful.
What? Mom? How could you say that?
I'm so sorry, Misaki. My mother was rude.
Haha, don't worry about it. At that time, I pretended to be calm so as not to ruin Tomoya's wedding by arguing. However, once she found out I had a fiancé, she started persistently contacting me. This went on for about a year until one day, while I was at work, I received a phone call.
Have you broken up with Daiki? Hurry up and give him to Ryo.
We're not breaking up. Hearing this every time is really exhausting.
Then the solution is simple. Just break up. Daiki is not a good match for you.
You have no right to say that, and our relationship is none of your business.
It's very much my business. Ryo is beautiful and nearly 30. It's absurd she's not married yet.
Maybe Rio just doesn't want to get married?
Nonsense. She must get married, but only to someone exceptional.
Limiting her options like that is unfair to Rio. Love should be free, and the choice should be Rio's alone.
The men she meets are unworthy of her. They must be talented, wealthy, and handsome at the very least.
If those are your criteria, she'll never get married.
Both my daughters are wonderful. It's absurd that Anzu is married and Ryo isn't.
But trying to take Daiki away from me is wrong. We have a wedding planned, so please give up.
You work with Ryo, don't you? Are you sure you want to say that?
I'm not causing Rio any trouble, so is there a problem?
Anyone who obstructs their superior's marriage should be demoted or worse. If I were the boss, I'd do that.
It's ridiculous to demote someone over personal issues, and besides, Rio is not my boss.
Ryo is your superior. For Ryo's happiness, you should be demoted.
As I grew increasingly tired of our usual exchanges, it became clear that my mother-in-law was misunderstanding something. So, I decided to. Fine, if you insist so much, I'll have Rio demoted.
What? Why should Ryo be demoted?
I don't want to either, but you're being too persistent. If you're going to interfere with my marriage, then she will be demoted.
What are you talking about? The one to be demoted should be you, not Ryo, your superior.
About that, it seems you've forgotten, so let me remind you. I got promoted last year. I am now Rio's superior.
What? Are you saying Ryo lost to you?
Lost. There's no winning or losing in work. She's my junior, so I am considerate, but I think I'm lucky to have a good coworker.
This can't be. Oh, I see. You're trying to trick me, aren't you? There's no way someone like you could surpass Ryo. It must be a lie.
Why would I lie about something like this? If you don't believe me, should I let you talk to her directly? She's actually been sitting next to me this whole time.
If you can, then go ahead.
Why are you so confident? Ryo had been listening to our conversation the whole time. When I handed the phone over to her, she simply told her mother, "Stop causing trouble," and hung up. That night, we went to the in-laws' house where Ryo and her mother lived.
What? Why are you here?
Why? Of course, to discuss Ryo's demotion following the incident this afternoon.
Huh? It must be a bluff or something.
If it were a bluff, I wouldn't have come all the way to your house.
Ick. Anyway, only a narrow-minded woman would drag out such a conversation.
Narrow-minded? Are you really saying that, Mom? I heard everything this afternoon. If you were in Misaki's position, you would have demoted someone just for not giving up their fiancé? That kind of thinking is what I would call narrow-minded.
But still, you don't want to be demoted, right, Ryo?
No, I don't mind being demoted.
What? Why?
Ryo's quiet confession startled her mother. Then, Ryo.
It's not about why.
Ryo, why are you yelling? What's gotten into you?
Mom, you keep causing trouble for people. And you don't even realize it. If demotion can put an end to this, I'll gladly accept it.
What? Are you saying you'll accept demotion because of me? You know, I did all this for your sake, Ryo. I truly want you to be happy.
And I'm telling you that it's all a nuisance.
A nuisance? But you never say that.
I've told you many times. But you never listened, did you? You're always causing trouble. It's embarrassing as a family member.
Ryo, how could you say that?
Since Ryo has said this, let's get to the discussion about the demotion.
Misaki, could we hold off on the demotion talk for a bit? If it's because of me, I'll handle it myself.
Just as Tomoya said, you become distant the moment someone lacks power or wealth. I didn't realize it was this blatant.
Oh, come on. I've always been like this.
Then why didn't you accept the boyfriend I introduced to you?
Well, you know, low salary means an uncertain future, right? He seemed nice but didn't have a good position. Such a man isn't suitable for you, Ryo.
So it is about money and status. You looked down on me but changed your attitude when you found out I was your superior.
It's really pathetic, not being able to let go of your children.
I'm sorry, Mother, but Anzu is absolutely right.
You tried to flatter me a lot, didn't you?
What? When did you all?
Dad told me, Mom, you've been spending a lot lately. What are you spending it on?
No, it's nothing like that. My spending habits haven't changed. Your father is mistaken.
Something seems off. Oh, I got it. The high-end accessories stand out too much.
Daiki, even if it's true, you could be a bit more tactful.
No, he's right. They don't match your outfit at all. Mom, where did you get those expensive-looking accessories?
So that's the wasteful spending Dad was talking about.
I made a wealthy friend. Seeing them influenced me, and once I started, I couldn't stop.
Oh, those types, the ones who dress up the outside but not the inside.
That's exactly how they turn out like this.
As the men looked on in disbelief at her revelation, the mother-in-law turned red-faced.
What's wrong with admiring the rich? What's so bad about trying to become a refined lady?
It's not about the form. Being a wealthy person isn't just about appearances. And wearing accessories beyond your means doesn't make sense either.
I plan to cover the expenses with Tomoe and Daiki's incomes. With their earnings, my dream of becoming a high society lady was possible.
What a completely dependent mentality.
So I was just going to be your cash cow.
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think we'd allow that? And were you choosing my sister's partner based on that plan?
Of course. If I miss this chance, there won't be another way to get the money.
What do you think we are to you? Controlling your daughter's marriages for your selfish gains is insane.
How dare you speak to your mother like that?
We're just stating the facts. It doesn't matter if you're our mother when it comes to pointing out what's wrong. Let go of your ridiculous high society fantasies and wake up.
Ridiculous fantasies. There are things you shouldn't say.
I'm only saying what needs to be said.
Please think about this for a moment. Your husband is working hard at his job away from home, right? Spending lavishly behind his back for appearance's sake is unfair to him.
He'd be happy if I became a high society lady, so it's fine.
That's not true. The head of the household works hard for the simple happiness of his family. I feel the same, and I'm sure your husband does too.
Dickie is an amazing person. He worked hard to get promoted and become successful before marrying my sister. Maintaining appearances should be done this way, and you're undermining that dream.
Well, but that's just your perspective and opinion, right? I have my own aesthetics, my own philosophy, and I won't change my views for anyone, not even for this.
Our words did not reach her, and she looked at us with a smug expression, as if she had said something brilliant. Then,
All right then, if that's how it is, we can't be family anymore.
That's right. We'll be cutting ties with you, Mom.
What? What are you talking about?
No, it's you who hasn't made any sense for a long time. We can't be family with someone who only thinks about themselves.
Honestly, I wonder why we didn't make this decision sooner.
Wait, Tomoya, persuade Anzu and Ryo. If this continues, our family bonds will be destroyed.
No, it was you who shattered those bonds. I'm sorry, but I agree with Enzu and Ryo. I won't let my savings for the future be drained.
Even you, Tomoya.
Oh, and I'll be informing Dad about all of this. I wonder what will happen. Will he be furious, cut off your funds, or even divorce you?
No way. You're going to tell your father.
Of course. You've been spending the money he worked hard to earn. And I'm moving out immediately. I have savings and a good salary, so I won't have any problems.
Wait, how can you say such harsh things so easily? We're family. There should be love and bonds between us. I can't believe you'd cut ties over something like this.
You're desperate because your cash cows are leaving. If you want money that badly, earn it yourself.
Don't contact us again. Goodbye forever.
That's how it is, so we're leaving too.
Greed truly leads to one's downfall.
indeed, too much is as bad as too little. Goodbye.
Wait, don't leave me alone.
And so, we ignored the mother-in-law's desperate calls to stop and left the house. After that, Anzu and Rio reported the entire situation to their father. Although divorce was initially discussed, they decided to place her under strict supervision since leaving her unchecked could lead to more trouble. All of her expensive accessories were sold, and she was left with a minimal monthly allowance. Her dream of living like a faux celebrity was shattered, and she had to adjust to a modest lifestyle. Every grocery trip involved sticking to a budget, and she often had to forego things she wanted, leading a typical life like anyone else. This ordinary lifestyle caused her significant stress, and she often ground her teeth in frustration when seeing real celebrities, living a regrettable existence. On the other hand, Rio, having cut ties with her mother, was not demoted and continues to be my excellent subordinate. And today, there might have been a future where Daiki and Rio got married, right? Thinking about it, seeing them together makes me feel a bit sad.
Misaki, what are you talking about?
I think she's imagining a movie about lovers torn apart by fate.
Even if they can't be together in this life, they might be in the next. Isn't that just so poignant?
Yes, very poignant. I was almost brought to tears.
Hey, don't just brush me off.
But speaking of fate, you two seem more like the destined couple.
Huh? No, that's not.
Two people who stay together no matter what obstacles they face. It's movie-worthy.
Oh, really? Hee, you think so?
Ryo, you managed to make Misaki this embarrassed. Well done.
Since then, the three of us have been meeting occasionally. This is partly because we grew closer due to the recent events and partly because Rio agreed to help with our wedding preparations. We gathered on this day as well, and I was caught off guard by a strong surprise. Since we became closer, Rio has been more casual and open with us, which makes me happy. However, I quietly vow to get back at her in a positive way someday. Meanwhile, we continue to enjoy our happy times together.
If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.